koy tooñ yow jëli Kéba ndaanaan den koy tooñ muñ nga lu metti lool gore ba ñu wet la ne de noonu du ko jaaxal jaarama mama ni sonna ma bela ci lool joola hey jaarama mama ni sonna ma bela ci lool joola na jaarama mama ni sonna ma bela ci lool joola.
If you're watching, you're welcome yet again to another edition of your program, One-on-One, The Exclusive. My guest is certainly a familiar face on television. He is no other person than Dr. Sidibe. Doctor is a psychologist. Dr. Lamin Sidibe is a psychologist.
Okay.
Doctor, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this edition of this program, One-on-One, The Exclusive.
Thank you very much, Mr. Diba.
Gambians have been seeing you on television frequently, actually, and they know you as Dr. Lamin Sidibe. Most people also know that you are a psychologist.
Absolutely. Sure.
For the purpose of this program, would you want to briefly introduce yourself? Sidibe, probably.
Yeah, quite a number of people confuse me as a Makati Sidibe. I don't mind very much because they are our relatives. But to put things in perspective, I'm a Baka Waslungkunda Sidibe. And the Makati or Janjambure Waslungkunda Sidibes are our cousins, actually. The ones there now, Keba, Bakari Sidibe, okay.
So it's the same extended family?
Extended family. I understand quite a few generations ago, several generations ago, two brothers migrated from Mali, Wasulung Kunda, Wasulung of Mali. In fact, the names Wasulung of Wasulung Kunda Bakau and emanated from Wasulung Mali. And when they migrated, one settled, I think the big brother settled at Makati, Janjambure, and the younger one settled at Bakau Wasulung Kunda. So we are actually blood relatives. And we are very much in touch also. So that's how we came about. But to be precise, I was born and bred in Bakau, Waslung Kunda. In fact, incidentally, we are quite autonomous of Bakau proper because we have our own alkali, who is currently a son of mine, my big brother's son, Musa Sidibe. And we have our own imam, who happens to be a Sidibe also. He took over from my dad, but he's my younger brother, Alaji Sunkari Sidibe. So I'm from Bakau. I come from Bakau, but we have, blood links with the Sidibes of Makati as well, and we recognize that. In fact, one of the indigenes of Makati, one Omar Sidibe, who used to be a dispenser, he worked for MRC until he retired, has now settled near Waslungkunda, and we have a lot in common. We do things together. The family line is still in existence, and we are, call it, very close. I mean, the affinity, the cohesiveness is there. So that is.
You said Baka Waslungkunda is sort of autonomous, or is it an independent kind of settlement? Independent.
It used to be, in fact, exclusive. It used to be independent of Bakau. When my dad was young, they had settled, I don't know where, I'm sure you know where the UNDP is at the moment.
Yes, yes.
You see that area?
Yes.
That used to be Waslungkunda. If you observe, there is an area with quite a number of baobab trees together. That used to be the old Bakau Waslungkunda.
Is it the initial settlement?
Unfortunately, the initial settlement. Unfortunately, there was a fire outbreak, so they had to move. They relocated them to where we are at the moment. But at that time, I understand, I was not born then, there was, quite a bush between Bakau proper, Bakau, main Bakau, and Waslungkunda. Sanchaba, as you know in Wolof, came to Sancha later, then now Newtown, and so on. Fajara used to be where the colonialists lived, and now it's also inhabited by people.
We'll go into your profession actually.
So, yeah, that's right.
We'll go into your profession.
So that is in brief. That's the
background.
That's the history. The history of. So we are, as I said, we are quite independent, because even the way we give out our daughters as wives, our traditions and customs are slightly different from that of Bakau. So, and as I said, we have our own alcalo, we have our own imam. Even though we are very much interrelated.
Probably given this, for example, given the situation as it is, that may not last. That kind of autonomy and independence. At some point, you'll be fully integrated, and then. Well,
I could say we are quite collaborative.
You will be one entity with one alkali and one. Is there a possibility?
I do not envisage that, because this is something that has been going on from time immemorial, and it's respected. And we don't have any problems at the moment with the kind of arrangement we have. Centralization can have advantages, but decentralization also can have, especially when certain values are different. See, diversity is interesting. You can meet without difference. I mean, what I mean, harmony in diversity. You know what I mean? I understand. So I do not see the need. If small villages, you know what I mean? Small villages, you go to Kunkuja Mariama, Kunkuja this, can have their, independent.
Go further into the interior, you have the Sares and the
Sares. Why not something that is historical, that is indigenous actually? An arrangement
to preserve it.
Because we are not, our origin is not Bojanjari or Bojangwat or Jaitekaba. We are Sidibeni Sankare Jaluni Jakete, Fulasinani Jatra Sinani. So we are unique. So that is why I think it's good that we promote what we call cultural pluralism, because entities sometimes are good, but let it be plural, but let there be collaboration.
The unity in diversity that you're talking about.
Unity in diversity, yeah. And I was trying to say initially that we are very much interrelated, in fact, by blood. The current alcalde of Bakau, Luntang, is a cousin, first cousin. In fact, his big brother, with whom they share the same mother, or he shares the same mother, is married to my sister. So, the mother came from us. Luntang's mother is from Bakau Waslungunda. He calls my father uncle. So we are very much interrelated. And in fact, when we organize our gamos, he comes and we ask him to talk, because he's Pakanyari Bor. I mean, he's our nephew, and at the same time, we respect him as alcalde of Bakau. And but he comes. In fact, I think he was born there. He was born at Waslungunda, at our home. So, but his father is a typical Bakawian. So when he contested for this alcalship, and I don't know whether he inherited, I was not around. So he became alcalde, voted by the Bakau people. So, so when my brother died, Koto Landing, we just arranged, there was no election. We thought Musa, the son,
the next guy,
could be the next person. Let the young ones assume. So he succeeded the father. And he's doing extremely well. So, Doctor,
we'll go into your profession, but the early days of your life. You said you were born, you grew up in Bakau, you went to school in Bakau, Waslungkunda. Tell me about those early days, because this was probably pre-independence?
Yes, absolutely.
The attitude toward Western education then?
Yes.
From a more general perspective.
Exactly, that's a very interesting question. I will try to explain this in two fashions, so let my explanation be twofold. One, my personal experience in formal Western education, and the attitudes, as you asked, towards Western education.